The ruins of Temple Corvallis stretch for kilometers. Broken pillars, crumbling carvings, and spirals of ancient stone swallowed by blue vines. Human linguist Elias Ward had dreamed of this moment for years. The galaxy believed the Corvallis civilization vanished 10,000 years ago. Elias believed they left a language behind, one humanity could decode. But he never imagined he'd need it to survive. He was inspecting a strange set of glyphs carved into a half-collapsed obelisk when a shadow fell over him. Not the shadow of a beast, not a tribal scavenger. Something humanoid. Elias turned slowly. An alien girl, not much older than 20 by human standards, stood there with a spear pointed directly at his throat. Her skin glowed faintly, a luminescent silver marked with swirling blue stripes. Her eyes, bright amber, stared at him with a mix of fear and shock. Her voice came low and tense. "Carthalavander? Identify yourself." Elias's heart hammered. She spoke the ancient language. He raised his hand slowly and replied the only way he could. "I mean no harm. I am a seeker of knowledge." But he didn't say it in galactic standard. He answered in her language. The girl's breath caught. Her spear trembled. "You speak the dead language of our ancestors?" she cried, taking a step back. "No one has spoken those words for 1,000 generations." Elias blinked. "Wait, your ancestors? Your Corvala?" She hesitated, eyes narrowing. "We call ourselves a remnant, descendants of those who fled before the great shattering." He stared in awe. "So your people aren't extinct?" Her grip tightened on the spear again. "And humans are not supposed to trespass here." Then the ground shook violently. A roar echoed across the ruins. Elias looked around frantically. What was that? The girl cursed in her own tongue. "A Varkal guardian. We have awakened it." A massive creature, stone-bodied, horned, glowing with molten cracks, emerged from behind a shattered arch. A construct, a sentinel, a 10-millennia-old guardian still doing its job. It roared at the sight of Elias. The girl pulled him aside just as the guardian's fist shattered the ground where they'd stood. "Move!" she shouted. They sprinted through fallen columns. The guardian thundered after them, each footstep shaking clouds of dust loose. Elias gasped, "You know a way out?" "Follow me," she barked. They ducked under roots, leaped over broken masonry, and squeezed through narrow gaps. The guardian crushed everything behind them, drawing closer each time they slowed. Finally, they reached a narrow bridge spanning a massive drop, ancient rope, weathered wood, barely holding. The girl didn't hesitate. She dashed across. Elias followed, the bridge swaying violently beneath him. Halfway across, the guardian lunged onto the bridge. The rope snapped. The world tilted. The bridge collapsed beneath them. Elias fell, wind roaring in his ears, until strong arms wrapped around him. The alien girl angled their fall, using her spear to hook a protruding stone ledge. They slammed hard against the cliffside. Elias coughed painfully. You saved me. You spoke the words of my ancestors." Her tone softened. "I could not let you perish." Above them, the guardian tumbled into the abyss, smashing into darkness. They climbed upward for several minutes until they reached a small cave overlooking the ruins. Both collapsed, breathing heavily. After a long silence, Elias asked, "What's your name?" "Siraval." Her amber eyes watched him carefully. "And you, human?" "Elias Ward." Sarah repeated it, sounding each syllable like it was sacred. "You speak our forgotten tongue," she said slowly. "How?" Elias pulled out a small holographic slate, displaying ancient glyphs. "I've studied them for years, piecing them together from ruins across the galaxy. I never expected to meet one of you." She smiled faintly. "We hid ourselves from the galaxy to protect our way of life, to protect the old knowledge." "What happened to your language?" he asked. "Most remnant clans abandoned it centuries ago. Too difficult, too ancient. Only priestesses and archivists still know fragments." She paused. "But you speak it more clearly than any living remnant." Elias chuckled nervously. "That's flattering. I guess I got lucky." "No." She shook her head firmly. "Knowledge is never luck." Her gaze softened. "And now you carry something sacred." He frowned. "What do you mean?" Sira took his hands gently, unexpectedly gentle for someone who'd nearly speared him minutes ago. "You carry our ancestral language, our connection to the people we once were, to the civilization that built these temples, to the memory of all we lost." Elias swallowed. "I'm honored." She smiled at him, warm, genuine, glowing brighter than her luminescent skin. "You may be human, Elias Ward, but today you speak as remnant." Their moment was interrupted by distant shouts echoing across the ruins. Sira's expression hardened. "Scavengers. Raiders. They hunt anyone who enters these ruins, especially humans." Elias tensed. "Then we need to get out of here." She nodded. "Follow me. I will guide you through the hidden paths." "But why help me?" he asked. Sira paused, amber eyes glowing with something deeper than gratitude. "Because the language you speak belongs to us both now. Because you honor my ancestors. Because you didn't run when you saw me." She stepped closer. "And because the remnant do not abandon those who carry our history." Elias felt warm swell in his chest. Together, they slipped into the shadows of the ruins, side by side, past ancient carvings, flickering torches, and forgotten halls. And though Elias didn't know it yet, this was the beginning of a bond far older than either of them. A bond written not in blood or battle, but in a language thousands of years dead, brought back to life by a single human. The storm outside finally calmed, but inside the ruined temple the air felt charged with something older than either of them. Erin stood in front of the stone mural, her fingers trembling as she traced the carved symbols. "You opened it," she whispered. "A human opened a vault sealed for 4,000 cycles." The chamber glowed with pale blue light, revealing floating shards of crystal, ancient memory stones, each containing knowledge from a forgotten civilization. Jonah kept his voice soft. "I only spoke what you taught me." Erin turned to him, her silver eyes wide. "I didn't teach you that last phrase." He hesitated. The truth weighed on his tongue like a prophecy he wasn't ready to carry. "I've been dreaming in your language," he finally admitted. "Dreams of people who look like you, speaking to me as if they know me." Erin stepped closer, her breath catching. "Dreams or memories?" Before he could answer, the crystals flashed. One shard drifted downward and hovered between them. A hologram ignited. A tall alien woman with the same silver eyes as Erin. "To the one who carries our remnant blood," the hologram said, speaking perfectly in Jonah's voice, human accent and all. "If you hear this, then the cycle has turned. Our language lives again through you. Protect the last of our children. The universe will try to erase us. Do not let it." Erin's knees nearly gave out. "Remnant blood? Jonah, she's talking about you." "That can't be right," he said. But the denial was weak. The hologram slowly turned its head, staring directly at Jonah. "You will return what was lost. You will unite what was broken. The girl beside you is the key. Together, you are the legacy we left behind." And then the light faded. Silence returned, thick, heavy, world-altering. Erin touched Jonah's hand. "You're not just speaking my ancestors' tongue. You're part of them." Jonah swallowed. "I'm human, Erin. Just human." "Maybe humans are more than we thought," she said softly. "Maybe your people came from the stars, too." The ground trembled. Outside, engines roared, patrol drones sweeping the area. Erin looked toward the exit. "They'll kill us if they see what we open." Jonah grabbed her shoulders gently. "Then we run. Together, like your ancestor said." She stared at him, frightened, amazed, and hopeful. "Jonah, this changes everything." He squeezed her hand. "It doesn't change us." For a moment, an emotion neither of them had words for lingered between them. Older than their worlds, stronger than their fear. They fled the ruin just as the drones descended, the ancient vault closing behind them with a final echo. As they disappeared into the forest shadows, Erin whispered, "You speak the dead language of my ancestors, and maybe you're the reason it lived." Jonah glanced back at the ruins glowing faintly. "Then we'll make sure it never dies again." And together, Under two moons in the rising hum pursuit, they ran into the unknown, carrying the last light of lost civilization and the first spark of new one.